Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at Crustle. I built my XL Shadow Crustle with a ROCK WRECKER because I wanted to wreck some rocks here today with you. Hopefully we're going to be able to get some nice KOs with this Pokemon, but also we're going to start off with a nice KO with a sneaky Incinerate, knocking out that Scissor here from quite a bit of health, but it doesn't really matter when you get hit by a double super effective Incinerate apparently. We're going to also get out the opponent's Primeape, which is going to be in a prime position to get destroyed by our Thunder Punches here, but still it's actually going to be a bit more of a tough matchup because what do we see as well is they're very likely going to be able to, Farmer's Stone, not ready. We are going to be able to use a shield here and get the final shield from the opponent, so hopefully we are going to be able to win this battle. But anyway, today we're going to take a look at Crustle with a ROCK WRECKER. ROCK WRECKER is going to be a huge upgrade for this Pokemon, allowing it to do way more damage than before. It is such a hard-hitting move. It's one of the strongest moves in the game, and we were able to even hit some Pokemon where there was a resisted damage and did a lot of damage of that. Anyway, let's take a look at the first battle here already. We're going to be in a very tough position. If we don't get the catch done correctly, we are gonna be screwed, and we see that the opponent goes for their charge move. It is going to be that big Brave Bird. It's gonna go up against the wrong Pokemon, and Crustle is gonna be here to hustle, going to be able to go for that Axeter to knock them out. And in comes a Primeape, which is not going to enjoy this incoming Axeter as well. And with that, Crustle is going to be able to clean up the first battle of this video. So, this team was not designed against Zygarde, I have to admit. It's not the worst though, you can still play against it. It's not that you have an instant loss here, but let me tell you, it's not pretty. It's absolutely not pretty. You're gonna be able to get them kinda low-ish here, but it's not great whatsoever. But we're gonna decide this time around to not go into our Sacer, we're gonna decide to go into our Crustle straight away. A bit of a weird play because it's very likely that they're going to have a Steel type in the back when they have a Dragon type like the Zygarde here. And you see me not going for the charge move because I'm well aware that a charge move would have not knocked them out from this range yet. I needed to get a little bit more damage onto them first, and it just makes more sense for me to get the energy before instead of, spinning out like this. But we're going to have here now that Bellybolt coming in. Bellybolt running the fast move of Thunder Shock instead of what's called the Sucker Punch, and with that we can go for a ROCK WRECKER here in order to get the final shield. We already have 2 shields down there from the opponent, and we're gonna swap out into our Typhlosion, which is going to have an explosion with that Thunder Punch against the opponent's Feraligatr, which is gonna be an interesting matchup here as they can go for that shield. The shield is gonna come up, and we should be able to farm them down, which leaves us here with a Blast Burn stored for that Bellybolt, which already has a charge move, but I don't really care too much as I want to get that damage in. A look at that big boom against them, and look at the KO. With 3 Pokemon left, we will be able to win that battle. But not every battle is gonna go the way like we want to, and so we're gonna encounter here a Weezing, which goes straight for the Brutal Swing, which is going to be such an awkward scenario for us because guess what? Weezing is kinda a bit of an issue for us here. It's not the worst, just full stop, but if you get kinda hard rolled by the Gaston here, it's not looking too good, I would say. Thing is here, Gaston could run, if we're lucky, the move of Water Pulse and not Earth Power, so we would hardball the moveset here. Do they do that? Absolutely not. It's not recommended to run Water Pulse in the Ultra League. It is a Great League move only where you kind of would want to run it. Not too sure if this generally is something that you need to do. I don't know if is there a matchup where you really need to have Earth Power? I'm not too sure. Like, it's gonna be a little bit better, I guess, against those Giratinas or whatever, but I don't know. I think both of those kind of fine. Anyway, we're gonna take a look here now at the Weezing. We're gonna have to go up against our ROCK WRECKER boy. ROCK WRECKER's coming through, or ROCK WRECKER's gonna get shielded, and so far, so no ROCK WRECKER. ROCK WRECKER is getting shielded the entire time, or we need the Exeter, so kind of unfortunate. If we want to win this one, I think we have to kind of catch. Yeah, that worked out well. We would have needed to catch a move, but I think this is going to be sadly here. Yeah, not the prettiest game, especially as the opponent was able to catch this move here, which means we have 0 chance of winning. Turns out we had no chance ever, really. I guess maybe a Raikou actually would have gotten knocked out by the ROCK WRECKER though if we would have been able to land against that Pokemon. Horrific lead against us as well. That's gonna be not ideal here as well with the Bellybolt, but it's what it is. We are going to be able to go up against the opponent, and that is going to be alright. I actually just want to see here real quick on the side though on how much a Shadow ROCK WRECKER would do from a Crustle against the opponent's opponent's Raikou, which you just saw. Just for notes there, Actually, just only 71%. If we would have not knocked them out, we would have had no chance there of winning this battle, no matter what would have happened. Anyway, we were gonna be able to get out the opponent's Lapras, and we just barely missed out on that Thunder Punch, which is honestly quite unfortunate. But also quite unfortunate is that we don't actually run Rock Slide, but we run Rock Wrecker. Rock Wrecker needs 50 energy, Rock Slide just 45. And while this doesn't matter a lot of times, it would matter here, because Rock Wrecker just takes quite a bit longer. In general though, Rock Wrecker is always going to be kind of the better move to go for compared to Rock Slide. The benefit of Rock Wrecker over Rock Slide is just so much, like it's just crazy. Like Rock Slide does a total damage of, I think, 75 damage for 45 energy. Rock Wrecker is the second strongest, but actually based on damage per energy, the strongest rock type move in the game with 110 damage for 50. So for needing 5 more energy, which are 2 Fury Cutters, you are getting plus 35 damage on your move, which is quite an upgrade, I would say, especially as you already have a cheap move anyway with that Exeter. It's quite a nice one here. I feel like we could have played this battle a little bit better, but again, I'm just having fun here, honestly. I'm having a lot of fun in the Go Battle League currently. I'm alright with that. Well, let's take a look here. Jamie Flynn, shoutouts to you, fellow YouTuber. We are not really starting off too well here. We're going to have Dragonite, which has access, of course, to that move of Thunder Punch, which is gonna be not ideal for our team as well, especially for our lead. And I thought I actually had to see Pitta here with the Surf, but apparently I didn't. And so I go for the Shadow Ball, which they catch on the Empoleon, which honestly is alright for me. They did not catch the Surf, which is okay for me then, and I can just go for the Thunder Punch as well here straight away to get the KO early. If they want to shield, I would just get more energy and shield myself, but they just want to let it go through, which is honestly, I think, a bit of a mistake them. I don't know, because the thing is here, Typhlosion is just so deadly with the fast move pressure. Like even against Pokemon like the Dragonite here, the fast move pressure is so insane from this Pokemon. It is wild. It is absolutely wild, as we will see that the opponent is going to be able to get the KO here. And I'm alright with that. I want to keep that shield. I want to go into my Crustle, and I want to hustle with the Crustle, trying to go for the charge move against the opponent here. And they're going to see already, there's going to be that Fortress, there's going to be the Rock Wrecker, and I think this is going to be the first battle where Rock Wrecker actually is going to be able to land. First one is going to get shielded, but you know what? We have another one stored, but we also have the option to swap out of here. I'm fairly certain I'll win that CMP tie against the opponent. The only way I could lose this now is if they farm me down and they catch the move onto the Dragonite, which they don't, and with that, this is going to be a good game. That Rock Wrecker is going to destroy the entire family of that Fortress there, and we can see the Crustle hustling and knocking out that Dragonite, and we can move on to the next opponent, where we will face off against a Gyarados, a matchup that is not going to be too ideal in the situation we're currently in. It's actually a very solid matchup for us if we have an energy advantage with our backline. Turns out we don't have that, we have it against our lead, but also we have here a catch onto the Guzzlord, which is quite a bit of an annoying one. This is going to be now incoming the Crunch. I didn't even see where they got the fast move through, that's kind of crazy. But yeah, we can go for a charge move here, knock out the opponent's Guzzlord, but also ending up again in a scenario where I'm not really happy with, because we have the Crustle up against the Water type and Flying type. That's not as ideal. We're going to have now also our Jellicent up against the Crunch, which is also not as ideal. But what is kind of ideal is that the opponent is going to be able to catch another move onto a Dark type, onto Meowscarada. Going to be another Shadow Ball, great catch from the opponent. But this only sets us up. This sets us up to win this battle. This is a huge mistake, because what they didn't expect is our Typhlosion here. Typhlosion can go for that farm down. Typhlosion can go for those Thunder Punches, and as long as they don't get to 3 Aqua Tails, which I highly doubt at this point, we are going to be in a perfect position. As you will see as well, we have 2 Thunder Punches stored. We can go for a charge move here. This is going to allow us to win this battle guaranteed. Goodbye Gyarados, and we can move on to the next one now, where we will face off against the opponent's Empoleon. That is going to be, again, actually a quite solid matchup. We have resisted fast move pressure from the opponent, and their stab move is resisted as well, forcing them to go ahead and go for that Drill Peck, which is going to be just a neutral hit. It's still a strong move, but it's not even stab, which just makes it so much easier for us. In comes Kingdra. I go for the Shadow Ball, and I think I make a huge misplay here on accident. But yeah, I wanted to go into Crustle and I go into the wrong Pokemon, and this kind of kills me the game. This is just a misclick by me, like there is nothing else going on. I don't know why I did this, I just misclicked. I wanted to go into Crustle, I never of course want to go into a Typhlosion, which has double resisted damage against them, and now got debuffed as well. I just never wanted to have this happen, of course, but what can I do? I just misclicked, now my internet dies as well. it's not going great. It's really not going great here for me. But yeah, this game is now over at this point, basically, unless Crustle can win through all of the opponent's Pokemon, which I don't think they can, because again, yeah, it's just not really ideal. Like, it's really not ideal here. We will see that we can go for that shield. It is going to be the Hydro King coming through, and we are going to try our best here to, yeah, still win this battle. We can see on how much Rock Wrecker does. It's a resisted hit against the opponent. We are gonna see the swap out from the opponent as well here at the same time, which is kind of interesting. We can go for that Rock Wrecker against the opponent as well here. It's going to be, yeah, the Coma. We actually would two-shot the Coma with a little bit of damage there, which is kind of interesting. So we're actually getting kind of closer than I expected it would be, but at the end of the day, we're not going to be able to win this battle. It is okay. The upper hand is coming through. And with that, yeah, it's going to be a good game. We can move on to the second, not the second to last game. Actually, I have 3 more battles left. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting one here. We are going to have the Typhlosion up against the Charizard, which is alright. We are going to be able to win this matchup. In comes the Battle Bolt again. And we go for the Thunder Punch. I just want to get some damage onto the opponent at this point. I really just want to get some damage in, as this will allow us here to, yeah, just hopefully get them into a position where Crustle can win. Crustle is going to be the Pokemon I really want here to win, but as we will see, the Battle Bolt is going to go up now against Crustle. We can go for those XLs, which we reach after just 10 fast moves, which is really nice. And they're going to go for their own shot move, which I can shield up as well. I'm absolutely alright with that. And we can see here now as well that, yeah, the opponent goes for another shot move, which is just going to be a back and forth basically the entire time. We can knock them out now. That is going to be okay for us. Yeah, this is going to be the XL coming in, and in comes Togekiss. And I make a big mistake here. I should have just swapped out straight away, but I stayed in Crustle, which I just gave the opponent a ton of, yeah, energy here, which I should have not done. Like, this is just a big mistake. This really didn't work out well for me. So yeah, this is gonna be now a tough one because I have Dazzling Gleam. They're going to be able to, yeah, now even the not great fast move alignment there for myself. So like, it's just going to be a bit of a tough one here. As you see, the opponent is going to be able to not get the move, and I actually still win this battle, which is quite lucky. But yeah, good game to the opponent here. Next up, we are going to have here Jellicent against Jellicent. That is going to be a matchup that I guess it's going to be alright for us. Our backlane is still going to be okay against Jellicent as well. We have Thunder Punch still, and also Rock Wrecker again is going to be great against basically every single Pokemon that you can imagine. So yeah, I think we're going to be alright here. In comes ROCK, and with us, this Pokemon is going to be actually okay for us. It's honestly okay for us. ROCK is not as threatening as it seems. I can even use a shield here, and I can even force more from the opponent, so I'm quite happy with the scenario. We have the Blast Burn coming through, and with that, we are going to be able to get some more damage in and knock them out. In comes the Jellicent. I let this go, and I'm just going to hope that the opponent is going to... oh, actually, a shield, the small move up. I just hope that there's something in the back that I can deal with without Typhlosion. And as we're gonna see here, this is going to be the case. We can go for the Thunder Punch to bait out the shield. I keep that Blast Burn for later on. I just have to get rid of one more shield from the opponent, and we're going to be alright. As we see here, Breaking Swipe is going to connect. It's gonna drop our attack, guaranteed now. There's no chance anymore, which I like, by the way. I like when it's kind of guaranteed in this kind of case, because at the end of the day, you can more calculate on how a matchup going to be, and that's not like, yeah, do I get this now? Do I not get the luck there? It's kind of what I don't really like about the chance moves. But honestly, again, I'm actually kind of happy about like that the game isn't as like stale in that kind of sense, where things are just set in stone all the time. I think it's kind of the beauty of Pokemon as well, in some kind of part, that things are just a bit different depending on kind of if you're getting lucky or not. And so yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. Let's move on to the final battle for today. As you saw here, I'm actually quite happy with how this is all kind of working out for us. We're going to have here now, yeah, the Thunder Punch coming in against the opponent's Torterra, getting the shield. I tried to align myself here. I'm going to try to use that shield as well. And I'm going to have the Phantom coming through. That's alright, but we're going to be able to still knock them out. Have a charge move stored, which is going to be super, super nice for us. And I am hoping that we are going to be able to, yeah, hopefully still win this battle here. As you can see, there is going to be the Annihilate coming in. In comes as well the opponent's Corviknight, and Crustle can go for a Rock Wrecker again. And I'm always happy when Crustle can go for a Rock Wrecker. I think that's always a cool thing here. As we will see, the opponent is going to be able to, take this hit still, I think. But it's gonna still do so much damage. Like, it does so much damage against the opponent, which is lovely. They're in Shadow Ball range. I don't really need to shield here anything anymore. I wish I could swap out of here. I can still go for the XL though. That's going to be now putting it into Surf range, which is kind of cool. Double resisted though, but Surf is going to be Surf I can go for. And I can snipe the opponent here as well at the same time. Which means we are going to be able to, yeah, win this battle. There's nothing the opponent can do anymore. Like, full stop, there is nothing the opponent can do anymore. Good games to the opponent here, as we will see. Yeah, this is going to be great. This is going to be a Shadow Ball. We can knock them out. And that's going to be it for this video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, feel free to leave a like, and I will see you then. Bye bye.